Alrighty y'all, this is World Class Jerk, bringing you episode 4 of Astroneer. Now in this one, I plan to get a large rover, and I already got plenty of exo chips so that I can get as many large rovers as I need to make the thing an actual train instead of just one large rover, because let's face it, one single large rover is completely useless. Now, using the large rover without the RTG is going to be a big pile of suck, but that's okay because I can get an RTG in the very next episode. Until then, something like the medium generator will be okay for a replacement, but maybe for you, the best option would be something such as a solar panel or the wind turbine. Personally, though, I think the medium generator is probably the greatest power unit besides the RTG. Those are the only two ones I ever actually use. But yes, as you can see here, I've already started on the first step. You need aluminum alloy for this thing. Now, honestly, the large rover isn't so expensive, aside from the exo chips, which takes quite a bit to get. But, of course, I've already got those before I even knew I was going to do this for the episode, so that's already done. But yes, aluminum alloy is just aluminum and copper, which is not very expensive. The copper's a little more annoying to get on this planet. It used not to be, but they changed the game pretty long ago, actually, to where aluminum is now significantly easier to get on the home planet than copper. But copper is most certainly not a threat. It still exists here. I'll figure out a way to get it, and I'll show it to you in this video, of course. So gathering copper since they changed it, which was a very long time ago, if I'm not mistaken, is not something I'm actually used to doing. I have not done this very much because copper's not used for a whole lot of things. It's used for solar panels, I believe, but as stated before, I use the medium generator until I get the RTG. So yes, I am correct. It is on the mountains, which is annoying because I don't have that mod yet, but I do have the widen boost mod, which will definitely make this a lot less suck. But I guess we'll see how much this sucks right now. So yes, this is a little bit painful, but honestly, not that bad at all. I'm actually going to get the 4 I need right off. So yeah, copper has definitely proven to be a little bit more annoying to get than aluminum, but it's really not that bad. I mean, every mountain probably has them if I found it that quick, and the fact that I knew the mountains had it at all, as much as I don't play around mountains in this game, it's pretty much a good indication that copper is not a threat to get. It's just that you have to know they're on mountains. If you go into the caves looking for them, you're pretty much going to come to the conclusion that they're not on the starter planet at all, which would be a terrible misconception, because leaving just to get copper would be a nightmare compared to just going onto a mountain right beside your base and getting what you need. Anyways, aluminum alloy other than the exo chips is the biggest part of this. Honestly, I'm just about there, which feels kind of strange. I don't know why they're so cheap. But then again, I guess they're not. It probably took me about 2 hours to get everything I needed to get all those exo chips. So far, so good. Now, the last recipe is, you probably noticed by now, rubber. And rubber is extremely not expensive. In fact, I don't remember what it is. I think it's organic and resin. Where is it? Organic and resin, yes, which basically means so yeah, rubber is no big deal at all. I mean, plastic is probably one of the easiest things to make, and rubber is even easier than plastic by a considerable amount, so if that gives you any indication as to how insignificant rubber is to your process, assuming you have this, of course, it is extremely easy. Our moment's coming, guys. It is within reach. It is right on the horizon, if you will. We are fixing to get those large rovers in here. Really thought it was going to take longer than this. Of course, I already had the exo chips as why. Still feels weird. I've already said that, but I can't get over how strange it is that this process has proven to be so dang easy. There he is. So while this son of a gun is crafting, and it sure is taking its sweet time, it'd be appropriate to discuss what you should put on the large rover. I mean, of course, you can just use it to get around or just to transport items, but it can do a lot of things because it is the greatest land vehicle in the game. The biggest question at hand right now would be power, because it does need a pretty good amount of power, and it needs reliable power. That's why, for me personally, I'm definitely going to be going with the, I'm definitely going to be going with the medium generator. Now, I'm of course not going to craft this thing myself, because why would I? They're not very hard to find in the caves below, but upon realizing how cheap this is, I probably actually will craft it myself. And by cheap, I don't mean that tungsten's cheap. I mean I have tungsten. I already went to another planet, and like I always do, I gathered more than I need, so I can make quite a bit of medium generators. But yes, rover number 3. Initiated. Anyways, while that thing's crafting, it leaves me time to come up with sort of, I guess, what I'm going to do with the main rover here. Obviously, first things first, you put carbon in the generator so that it may work. Next up, I believe the seat is already unlocked, wherever the frick I might find that. There he is, already unlocked 2 compound. That ain't nothing to me. Also, I would hope that that's nothing to you either. After all, it's not a very expensive thing to get, but we're fixing to get this thing working. Now, since I am a proud American, the seat's going on this side, obviously. And if you disagree, you can suck my foot. Respectfully, that is. Now, for the controls, because I believe there are different settings for that. Yes. I like using camera steering in video games for vehicle driving. It allows you to be a lot more precise with your steering. And honestly, I don't know why people prefer WASD over it, because honestly, it's just worse. Anyways, naturally, I do want to get all these trailers connected, but also, how do you drive this thing? Oh, okay, it ran out of fuel. But also, yes, we want to get all these rovers charged up too. So, I'm going to line them up like this. And then you just proceed to connect them, but you presumably already know that if you've ever played this game before. But since I run out of things to say, I'll start giving tutorial ideas. So it has officially been done. I have this entire... You know what? I'm actually going to switch to WASD, I just realized. Second time I've made myself feel like an idiot in the same video. This is kind of world record stuff at this point, but you know, whatever. Nobody cares in the end. Yeah, there's about 200 things I could have done better in this video, but at this point, don't really care. I got a large rover, so I can do other things in other videos just fine because of it. Anyways, you put the drill on the front here, and the biggest thing here, of course, when it comes to gathering soil, is actually gathering it. So, you are going to need soil canisters. Now, there is that larger one, wherever it may be. Oh, too expensive, go figure. Anyways, yes, I can open this thing up now, and plastic and glass are extremely cheap. I have 2 plastic left, but I'm going to make more because I'm not a loser. So I got a very, very incomplete version of this concept right now, but I'm going to get far away from my base so I don't do any actual destruction to the surrounding area. You never know with this drill on the front, things can go extremely south. Alright, so now that I'm far away from my base, I don't really care particularly much where I do this, so I'm just going to start going. And, yes, forgot about that. Gathering organic just happens like mad. But this thing right here on the back of this holds, I don't remember how much soil, but it's a pretty significant amount. So, as you see it filling up, just know that that's quite a bit of soil that it's filling up with. Definitely no joke at all. Without the paver, though, it's very important to make sure that you do not run into any caves, because if you do, you're just going to fall straight in. Very dangerous indeed without the paver, but I don't feel like doing things right because that takes so much effort. So this is the end product. This is what I've come up with after doing all of the crafting. Of course, I will include these other trailers later, but for now I've actually run out of time and I have to end the episode here. Now, I know it seems stupid to end an episode like this without even using the thing, but I ran out of time because honestly crafting all these up took a lot longer than I thought it would. Didn't think it would take long at all, but it took quite a bit of time indeed. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to end that one here. But don't you worry at all, the next episode should be better than this one. This one was pretty trash because the nature of it was a little rushed and everything was just kind of strange. But do not worry because I will try to get all that sorted out and I will see you in the next one.